building on Foundry, man. Foundry stuff, this what's... How you doing, you alright, yeah? Foundry stuff, man. This what's going on.
Got a fight coming up soon.
Come on. He's here down in the Foundry every day, prepared, putting in the work. How we doing? You alright?
Hello, I'm Mason. I'm fighting on the event on the 30th of August. And yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be a knockout. So yeah. So from the age of 5 I wanted to do wheelchair boxing, but I've never really had the chance. I haven't really found an association or anything. And a few months ago I found someone called Rick, who sadly's passed away now. But I said me and him should put on an event and fight, and sadly he passed away, so Colin got him in touch with me and wanted me to fight for the bout for Rick. So I took it on myself and said yeah, I'll fight for him. So yeah. I think it's a sport I've loved from a young age, so being able to do it is one of my goals I've set in life to do, so now I can actually do it and tick it off my list. So I've got Spina Bifida, myelomyelitis, and when I was born I said I won't be able to walk or talk or anything like that, so I'm just smashing goals out each and every day.
Straight in, up, 1, 2, 2, that's it, straight out. What am I going to do? Boom, that's it. Yeah. How are you doing? You alright yourself, bud? Sorry I haven't spoke to you, like, you know what I mean, but a lot of busy. So go ahead, Shane. Yeah, that's the belt as well.
My nigga was
100%.
My name's Colin Woods and I'm the WABC President for World Adaptive Boxing Council, a world first for amputees and wheelchair users to be taken seriously in the word boxing. We've got 2 Birmingham lads that are preparing at the moment for the first world title, and with the Foundry gym we've got some great relations that are building for our community to be accepted into the word boxing, which we have Mason Hinley and Callum Sadler that is going to be actually fighting against Italy with Callum Sadler, and Mason's going to be fighting France with Laurent Nocus. Straight through, but throw that jab. When you got a chance, just throw it. Right, now push it back. What are you going to do? What you want to do is drop your arms straight away. As soon as you've gone back, it's about the quick reaction time. Sit, just following me around. Now we get a little bit faster, okay? Straight round. Now I'm back here. Distance like a clock. Now come around with me. A little bit harder, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Gone over. Slow it down a little bit. Twist it. Twist it.
Basically, I play wheelchair basketball. I played wheelchair basketball since I was about 12. I'm 28 now. So one of my other mates, Danny, through the basketball, told me about the boxing. Thought I'd get into it. You know, just see what it's about and that, man. I've had 1 exhibition fight in Portugal, and now I'm just coming up for this one now. Sport of boxing, it's a good sport. It humbles you, you get me? Makes you respect a lot of people, respect a lot of things. You have to put the work in, you know what I mean? You don't get nothing without putting the work in. I've got cerebral palsy in my legs, so I can walk, just not properly, you know what I mean?
How long is that?
That's been since birth. Yeah, since birth that is.
And how's that affected you?
Well, obviously growing up and that, you get me, all my mates and that, they'll be playing football and that, but I always used to just go and goal. You get me? I'll be on my knees in goal. So like, I just crack on with it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really had too much of a different upgrowing. Just been about with my mates, doing normal stuff really, you know what I mean? As much as I can.
Would you say that it's helped you mentally to like get involved in sport?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Because I watch, like everybody, I like watching sports, you get me? I like watching fights, I like watching football, I like watching basketball. So being able to actually do that and be a part of it. It's, you know what I mean? It feels good. Isn't it? Everyone wants to be the best at anything to do. So that's it, really. Be the best. No, really. I just if you're in a wheelchair or you got a disability or something like that, don't think you can't do nothing, man. Just get out there. You know what I mean? Show everyone what we're about.
To go from a southpaw to an orthodox, and that's the problem. Is a lot of people, if you roll in from where it is, it's all about the motion of what an able boxer does. So he's going to roll in on his good side, which means start that game just there, which he'll come in and then basically do his motion. So because he's orthodox, now we have to take him out of his comfort zone, which is take him into that which is the southpaw, which not many people do, as you know. So it's getting them transfixed but doing a mirror image. So whatever he does there, so instead of overcomplicating things, it's about going to a cut-off and then basically there, which is great for where he's hitting, but then all of a sudden this is where the other arm comes in to take over from that. Otherwise, what we'd normally do is from there, people would put their arms down and keep going with their strength. I'm ex-rugby league, semi-pro, strive to become a professional. Unfortunately, I was diagnosed with going blind from the sport, and I always visioned the adaptive. Why haven't we got a professional conduct proper for adaptive to be taken and included? So the reason I'm here is because I learnt the forces of nature. I'm ex-rugby league, rugby union coach, and I've now not only set up the wheelchair boxing, but I've pushed those boundaries to now have a wheelchair to go on grass to play rugby and football professionally.
It's also like safer as well, moving, because you're not fixed position, getting hit all the time, you're moving, so you're taking less damage as well. So
it's evading, isn't it? You look at normal boxing today, it's all about evade and capture. So what we're doing is you can't do that in a wheelchair unless you're an elite level. And that means that basically coming in, I mean, just to give you an example, is slap my face. That's an hard thing to do because it's, you know, I need to move out and come out of that control. I've got to know that I'm going to be punching there, but the second I'm thinking is actually, hang on, right, there's the punches, now I've moved. That gives me time because as soon as he comes to me, there we go. First jab, second, third. Overpower. Gave me chest, isn't it? The only people that stop you is the human nature out there that haven't got an understanding. If they haven't gone through it, then they won't understand it fully. The problem is, unless something actually happens to you, that's the only time that you start understanding. But if you're born with it, which I was born with cataracts, you know, I've going blind, but it shows you the difference. But it shows you the similarities that we all go through with that, which is intimidation, bully, you know, someone taking the mick out of you. And this is where we have to use the energy, because otherwise there's certain people that we know that have died or committed suicide because they can't take that anymore. Shows you how wrong the world is, isn't it? For that which is the elite level now, for certain paraplegics will be able to come and fight you. But we've got to tighten you in so you've got that roll as well. You'll still get it, although that's a little, not too heavy, but heavy, you can still roll in it. It's just building up the confidence. I'm loving it. Can't wait.
Look an eye out. Hopefully at the top, basically, with all the sports I want to try. Like next year I want to go into competing, like bench press competition or shoulder press, something that is on my bucket list to do. So that's something else I want to get into. I also play wheelchair football, electric wheelchair football, so I do that as well. I've been doing that for about 7, 8, 9 years now. So that's another goal, is getting to the England team and go around the world to play with England.
And Mason's also got the greatest gift now to play wheelchair rugby and football on grass professionally because of the wheelchair that we've designed. we wanted to give persons a choice. So we've also got the first chair that's looking very promising to go on ice to play ice hockey. So it shows you what we at WABC, as well as the other companies that are working with us for sport, that we've got a chair there that can do a lot. But to encourage these guys, then we need a free access, because we're missing out on great opportunities. So isn't it great to actually give a charity that builds up that and then puts them on that pathway that they need to? We spoke about Poland, we spoke about America and certain other countries bringing those chairs closer. This is where we can relate now the force. The closer I get to this gentleman, the more I'm going to inflict a pain. It's okay for the jab, because that actually gives me time to come out and be out of evasive. That means it gives you a chance to defend. The problem is the same as the uppercut, hook, sorry. The problem is that now, lean forward, that's your worst case. That is the only time that I feel that someone could get knocked out. And especially if we don't match them accordingly, you're asking for trouble. Yeah. So it's basically that there's 4 punches from one hand, as we know. You've got the jab, the hook, then you've got the uppercut, but then you've got the Wing Chun punch, which is a lot more faster. But out of those 4 punches, the uppercut is the most dangerous. And that's why in certain levels, they'll just be training with that and that, not the uppercut. That's for an elite level, which again, anyone can have a glass jaw. We've just got to do a big risk assessment to making sure that A, the classifications are correct, as well as the medicals, but also that these guys are competent in the training, which they've got to be 9 weeks training before they get the license. So as a governing body, you've got to, it's a duty of care, isn't it?
Well, when it's time to get in the ring, is it like full steam ahead?
Yeah, like ready now.
You go, like obviously, no, it's all like disability and all that, but like in the real sport of boxing, a lot of the time they are going for the knockout, they are going for the big wins. Like, do you have that in you where it's like, no, even like the build-ups where, you know, there's always a story behind it. You know what I mean? Like, are we going for like the whole build-up? Are we going for like the big show business thing, or?
We're going for the whole. What you see today in boxing is what can be on offer for these guys. So the unfortunate thing is, we talk about inclusion, community. It's about compassion as well. But just to give you an argument, I can't say too much, but there's a wider selection of disabled that want to be included. Blind boxing's easy, deaf boxing's easy. It's when you get down to what an amputee can do. If an amputee can fit a criteria, then they should be able to turn professional in boxing. That's for single leg, below leg knee. But then again, what about the elite level, which you're seeing now, of wheelchair boxing? Those guys can now be close to that, which is Mike Tyson, Tyson Fury, you know, the greats, Collins, you know, Eubank, Ben, you know, these guys want to inspire the same. But we've got to be very safety minded. As you know, a punch can kill you. And how do you make it fun orientated? Well, we have, but you can never take the passion from you as a competition. You're playing with your art, you're playing with pride. It's about control of an ego and the anger management. So that again comes down to education. But then again, not many people can do this exact boxing, which that's why having it close, you're going to ask for someone to be killed, especially now that people ain't doing the right medicals, classifications. You're going to have someone come out in a wheelchair one day, take the head guard like they have done in Poland and think they're professional. Sorry, no. We give it 20 years, 30 years, let the sport grow first. Let's see how much safety we can get into it, because we know of CTE concussion. Then we can actually say that a professional conduct. But until then, let's keep it clean, keep it sweet, but actually look at the level of how much safety we need to implement before we give a wrong Superman complex.
Especially with the new gloves and head guard we're getting as well, the new gloves. They ain't got the thumb in it no more, it's an actual fist. And
Yeah.
the 14 ounce are more out there as well, so it can be a lot safer with that kind of glove as well.
You've got deformed hands. The problem is we've also got an issue with what we see with a normal 14 ounce glove. They weigh 14 ounce. The problem is that they don't actually dissipate the damage that you're meant to control at an amateur level. And that's dangerous because what you're asking for is actually an actual knockout, when really we should be very gentle, especially when it comes to amateur. It should have been done in white collar. That's why we've got the chance now to bring a fresher boxing community, but it's about getting the right people to change in order to get rid of that which we know is corrupted. Amateur boxing for adaptive at the moment should be about having fun, not about what we see in professionalism. But the unfortunate thing is we've got people with egos, shows you we're all human, but we've got to have a stringent governing body now. One rule fits all, otherwise one punch, as you know, will kill someone.
And what does it mean to you, like, to like progress this as a sport and be
Sport comes second.
Yeah.
It's the life of this gentleman and everybody else that I've met. Now, I'm not being funny, again, we're all human, but the unfortunate thing is there's people out there that struggle, can't afford things, and don't forget, communication's great, but some people don't listen. So what we've got here is actually to bring a major professionalism, and that's why we're looking for the WABC to find the right professional-minded people. And that's where Mason, Callum,
Yeah, 100%.
you've got Ronnie Harmison, you've got Wayne Cox, Danny Higgins. They're just the certain guys, Chris Wilson from Scotland, from the Britain and Ireland squad. Yeah, we've got to show the best of British boxing.
One more question I have for you whilst in the ring. You see, like, with the wheelchairs as well, like, these two are different wheelchairs. Does that have a, like, when you actually compete, will you be in the same wheelchairs, or can they be personalised? I don't.
The chair that you see on the right hand side has been specially designed to actually allow now, for all safety reasons, as well as to do the boxing in the art that you needed. And that's why, with the roll, if you have a look at it, the only way I can explain it, most people go shopping. We call it the shopping trolley effect, which it still shudders. And that's what this does. And plus, it had a shovel type pitch that it could still dig into the mat. If you have a look on this, you've got a better roll. The whole roll is a lot more better. And we also looked at the CTE concussion, which means that the rubber actually dissipates that which is the force that if you roll into me, hang on, stay back. Like I say, it all starts with CTE, which is now that which is the whiplash. Abide that with the punching, so roll in. I've already started the jolt, but because we've got rubber wheels at the bottom, that dissipates some of that force. So we're looking at other levels now to actually withstand that force and to control that whiplash lock.
You guys take them forward then?
Yeah, I've got to. I've gone up against WBC, I've gone up against England boxing, I've been intimidated, bullied, and I'm sorry, but a life's worth saving. I get that we can all be vicious, but to me, I think our human nature needs a little bit more of a slap to make it go in the right way than the wrong way we see today. Ready?